as per usual, we're running late. We're supposed to leave at like 11. Alright, Jim's bag weighed like 15 kg. Mine's a little heavier.
45 pounds is 20.41 kilograms.
Nice.
Gross.
Okay, we finally got all our bags packed. We're heading out the door. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, which is pretty late. We got 6 hours to drive. So we're gonna get to camp at 9:30-ish tonight, maybe a little bit later if we get dinner somewhere. First we gotta get gas, but you know, we're ready to go. Too easy. After about 6 hours we get to Fresno. Okay, so we're still on the road. We got a couple hours to go until we get to the campsite, like 2.5 hours. It was like 11 o'clock to the campsite. We're gonna try to wake up at sunrise. We're only doing 9 kilometers tomorrow. It's gonna be our easiest day, but the day after that, we're doing 20 kilometers. So we found this guy on YouTube. He did this like multiple video deep dive analysis of hiking nutrition, specifically like endurance sports nutrition. There's like 5 videos. He quotes like 20 different research papers. You need different kinds of sugars, protein, and fat. Fat is the most calorie dense thing that you can bring. Sugars are differently metabolized in your body, so you need some straight up glucose to get you energy as soon as you eat it, and then fructose that takes a little bit longer to digest in the body to carry over until you start metabolizing your proteins and your fats. So all of our meals are planned around that. Right now we're making breakfast. We've got high protein oatmeal, some mixed nuts for fats and protein, fat, and a little bit of recovery mix, which has all of these things in it. How's the gruel?
It's too sweet. Next time we should put this recovery mix in coffee and have some mocha, because this is outrageously sweet.
We tear down the tent and get driving even further to the trailhead. We get to the ranger station.
Because you need to fill the form to tell them that you're going to stay 4 days or 5 days, like how long you're going to stay. We drive to the parking lot and they won't start.
10:50, we're late as usual. We sort of planned for that. We're only doing 9 kilometers today. Supposedly there's marmots, but we don't have tarps and we can't find any tarps here, so we should be all right. This is what we're doing. 9 kilometers. Let's go.
Day 1 is relatively easy part of the trail. There's not like high elevation gain throughout the day, just a little bit in the beginning. We're taking a break. We're gonna have some snacks.
So these kind bars are like the perfect ratio of sugars and protein. So each break we're gonna have one of these. We're gonna have some fiber in form of dried figs. We're not used to eating this amount of food, so I'm not hungry in any way whatsoever, but we are in a calorie deficit hiking, so we gotta eat.
I'm not on my period. That's the annoying part.
Almost on your period.
Almost on my period. Like I tend to complain, and then I take a break, and now look at the beautiful scenery and say, "Hey, remember why you are here?"
I just keep checking the time, and 10 minutes is the next break, and I'm like, that was a long fucking 10 minutes. Every time I look down, I'm like, still 10 minutes? Fuck.
Because the last hike in Utah,
It
it was so easy. And we've been running, but we just started 2 weeks ago. I don't think it's enough time to prepare for this hike.
We're ready for it. It's just a hard hike.
Yeah. I think the altitude makes everything a little bit harder.
Yeah, we're at like 2.8.
This is the highest.
2,800 meters. Yeah, it's like right now, like I said earlier, right now we'll feel it a little bit. Oh, once we hit maybe like 3.2 kilometers, you'll feel it a lot. Like you're like, whoa, this really sucks. And then the last day when we're near 4, you're really gonna feel it. The hard part about today is almost over.
Really?
Yeah, we're almost to the top.
So it's not as steep. And we are reaching this really nice camping site just next to the water. The little, I think, creek, stream.
All right, look at this little swim hole right next to it. We're gonna pull water out of here. We use a filter. It seems like the easiest, lightest way to drink water. We're not gonna pull it straight from here. You always pull it from the fastest running point. That looks good up there, but too hard to get to. So we're gonna pull it from this white water here. Now we're not gonna fill our camelbacks just yet. We're gonna bring the camelbacks down here with this in the filter. This is just for our recovery drink. We gotta drink the recovery drink within, oops, wrong way, 30 minutes of our activity. So I'm just gonna grab this real quick and head back. Dinner time. Jem is setting up the tent. I'm gonna make dinner. Our meal plan. We got spicy bulgogi or lemongrass barbecue. The lemongrass barbecue is a little sticky, so let's use this one. And here we have, it's like dehydrated soy protein nugget things. They sort of like simulate ground beef when you cook them. This weighs almost nothing and is just packed full of protein. So super great protein source. And for our carbs, we've got couscous. Couscous is not the best carbohydrate, but it cooks the fastest and it weighs nothing. So rice is a better carbohydrate. Quinoa is even better carbohydrate, but they take forever to cook. If we were to do this again, I would also add some dehydrated vegetables. You know, you plan your recipes, but sometimes you miss some stuff. How was your day today? This morning, hiking, setting up camp.
Well, we actually were supposed to wake up earlier, but we ended up watching a movie last night and
We watched Superbad.
slept around like 1 a.m. I was like, this is wishful thinking. We can now wake up at 6:30 and then we postponed to 8.
No. Packing up camp tomorrow. We've got like a huge day, and it's 6 o'clock right now. The light is still pretty good, but I wouldn't want to get to camp any later than this. So it's going to take us 9 hours. So we have to leave here at minimum 9 a.m. Ideally, we get up at like 5:30.
5:30? No, it's...
In a perfect world. Are we going to do it? No, we're too lazy. If we were better hikers, we would, of course.
We used to do it though. Like
Sometimes,
we were
yeah.
good. Yeah. The trail was fine.
Yeah,
The
it was
first
pretty
section,
well maintained.
when we were climbing, like when we were hiking up, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be hard because you know it's different. Like yoga is different, running is totally different, hiking is totally different. Like they are all distinctively different sports, exercises, you name
You need-
it. You have to be prepared for hiking physically and mentally. Not just physically, mentally.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
figured
first
about
section
the-
is not really easy for me. Also, I'm kind of like, I'm very cranky today. And
I
was
think,
cranky
I don't
yesterday.
know about everybody, but for me, there's just at some point, I stopped complaining about hiking. And the only time that I feel like I want to complain is if it's more than like 9 hours and my feet hurt. I'm just like, I'm tired. But up until I reach like that level, like I
He
just
doesn't
reached.
complain. He doesn't show anything. Like even, I think we never hiked for 9 hours before.
No, we haven't. Tomorrow we'll hike for about 9 hours, and that's like my max. Before I'm like, I really don't want to be doing this anymore.
I don't know my max. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to keep the
Our
positive mindset.
cheeky little half
and,
marathon. We're planning out our breaks, so
Yeah, maybe
I think we're gonna do 3 breaks instead of 2 breaks. Well, 3 snack breaks plus lunch, so we could do 4 breaks. So every hour and a half or so, we'll get a break.
Well, if we leave earlier than today,
Maybe even.
then we will have more room to take more breaks,
Is that right?
and we don't have to really rush into it
Yeah.
because
But it's also like the longer you take, the longer it takes. So we're just gonna do our best. We're gonna take our breaks, and we're gonna eat our food, make sure we have calories, and water. There's plenty of water along the way, so we might stop and replenish, or we might not, because then we don't have to carry so much weight.
well, if you don't want to walk 20 kilometers a day, then there's I think opportunity and a possibility that you can stop before that steep
Yes, you
uphill.
add a day,
But at a day,
and
then you need to
carrying-
carry more food. So it's a kind of like a conundrum.
This is a controversial topic. Music while hiking. I think it's like, don't be an idiot about it. Like, if you are on a track with other people, especially busy trails, don't bring a speaker. You're an asshole. We haven't seen anybody all day. We probably won't see anybody tomorrow. If we do see somebody tomorrow and we're playing music, we'll turn it off, obviously. But
Moreover, we are in off season. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of people around.
we're off season, and there's a reason. One, it's motivational, but the reason why I bring a speaker on hikes is because I don't want to run into a bear. And I have run into bears multiple times on solo hikes. I've never run into a bear when I've been playing music. We are in California, we're in the Sierras, there's black bears everywhere. I had to spend half an hour, 45 minutes trying to hang a bear bag. And when bears can hear you coming, they will leave. They're not
They don't
trying
wanna
to,
mess
they don't want to confront
with you.
people, but if you surprise bears, then bad things can happen. So we're avoiding that situation by playing music. And you know, if somebody's annoyed for 30 seconds and it takes the time for us to see them and turn the music off, so be it. Bears can hear you if you're talking.
Yeah, just be loud and noisy if you don't really
yeah.
wanna encounter a bear.
Many years ago, I read a study by UC Santa Cruz where they put speakers out into a forested area and played Rush Limbaugh, just an old asshole radio talk show host. It's sort of a joke, but they have trackers on mountain lions and bears. I think it might have just been mountain lions, actually. They have trackers on mountain lions and in this forested area. And anywhere there was a speaker, the mountain lion never approached. Sometimes it would get sort of in viewing distance and observed from far away. But the mountain lions always avoided human speech. And I think the same goes for bears. It's just, we're here, and if they know we're here, they'll leave us alone. Okay,
we're
rambling. It was good.
It's time to sleep.
Yeah, we're gonna wind down. We're gonna clean up our camp and put all our stuff in a neat, organized pile, of course, as we all do always, and go to bed.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.
Here's our tent setup. Our little Nicor headlamp. A gem in our cozy 0-degree sleeping bag. I've got my Target fluffy blanket, my 60-degree sleeping bag, and my bivvy that is not going to keep me warm. I have an extra sleeping bag somewhere in here.
I think maybe 10.
In case it gets too cold.
Yeah.
We have 2 sleeping bags.